you. Welcome, Mpho Nhlabathi. Lovely having you here this morning. So, colleagues, access to opportunity remains a challenge for many across our continent, especially for women and small businesses. That's why ABSA's corporate citizenship strategy is rooted in real partnerships and shared value. Today, we welcome Mpho Nhlabathi, head of CSI, and one of the head of corporate citizenship and shared value within ABSA. And joining us, one of the beneficiaries, Eliakim from KYA. Let's maybe just understand a little bit about the citizenship strategy. Can you give us a sense, Mpho, around how does it contribute to uplifting communities?
Okay. Thank you, Yonela, and good morning to colleagues. So, our corporate citizenship strategy is anchored on delivering financial inclusion through entrepreneurship, because we are clear about the role of entrepreneurship in growth and development of economies as well as countries. So we are saying that we want to drive financial inclusion at an intergenerational level, as well as mitigate socioeconomic ills in areas where we operate through entrepreneurship. And our focus there is on women and young people. We deliver the strategy through 4 streams. The first being financial literacy, where we teach financial literacy to our stakeholders and enable them to make sound financial decisions. We deliver this in all of our markets. The second one is entrepreneurship and employability. And with entrepreneurship, we are driving 3 outcomes in particular: entrepreneurial mindset, entrepreneurial intent, as well as entrepreneurial action. And with employability, we want to improve the prospects of employability for young people by instilling leadership, digital, as well as technical skills in them. And with colleague volunteering, we want to leverage the sheer number of our stakeholders, all 37,000 of them, as well as their proximity to communities, to enable us to scale our impact in communities and be an active force for good in earnest in everything that we do. The last one is social impact response, where again we are positioning ourselves as a responsible corporate citizen and are saying wherever we operate, should an area be struck by disaster, we position ourselves there through our implementing partners to be able to respond and return those societies to normality as soon as possible. So we have been delivering on this strategy now for about 18 months. And with the learnings and the partnerships that we have developed in this delivery, we are excited to share that we are at the point of step change. In fact, today is the second day of the inaugural policy dialogue in partnership with the Department of Basic Education, where we are looking at how it is that we bring entrepreneurial education into basic education. It's 7 years now since E-Cubed was conceptualized in 2018, and we are very excited to say that ABSA is the corporate that was able to unlock this key milestone within this journey, where we were able to gather 350 stakeholders nationally within the education landscape and get them to a point where we can start saying, what are the actual building blocks that are necessary for us to instill this in basic education. In the same breath, with our sponsorship of the G20 and observer status within the empowerment working group, we've been able to now participate in the Financial Inclusion Conference, as well as 2 roundtables already, where we looked at what are the challenges really that are keeping women from participating in the financial services sector or benefiting from the offerings of the financial services sector, and how it is that financial services organizations can reshape themselves to be able to accelerate this much needed inclusion of women. I think there's no question about it. So we're excited to say we are not only delivering programmatically, but now we are at a point where we are influencing policies and breaking down systemic barriers to enable this at a sustainable level. So yeah, financial inclusion through entrepreneurship.
No, I think great efforts there, really accelerating, our role as a responsible business in society. So Mpho, how can colleagues, can you give a sense to the colleagues on the room and online, how can they get involved in contributing and driving this force of being good in society?
Yeah. So colleagues are actually our biggest asset. All right, and we are excited to share that we are seeing growth in how colleagues are coming alongside us in achieving the impact that I spoke about earlier at scale. We have 37,000 colleagues across all of our markets at ABSA. So we invite them to come along, and the way that we enable them to do this is through governance as well as training to be able to go there and represent us. We also enable them financially through match funding and volunteering grants. We also run group-wide volunteering campaigns that colleagues can join for those who are not able to conceptualize their own programs or partner to raise some funds. And I want to share actually at this point that for Mandela Month as well as Youth Month, colleagues would have seen communication of programs that we are running. I'd like to lift two of those, if you don't mind. For International Day of the African Child, we would like to invite colleagues to join us and raise 5,000 pairs of school shoes. We started this last year with the Footprints campaign. We want to scale it significantly, having seen the impact that it created in the lives of underprivileged young people. And I think some of our colleagues joined us to go and deliver the shoes in some of the schools that we had nominated earlier this year. And the impact is, it's difficult to even articulate it. So we are really inviting you to come and join us along that. And for Mandela Day in particular, we have partnered with the Nelson Mandela Foundation for a walk that commemorates the work, really, the life and the work of our first democratic president, where we will also be raising funds. So we are asking 2,000 colleagues to join us there. But the last one that I want to mention, Yonela, is the fact that in line with the financial inclusion through entrepreneurship strategy, we are introducing entrepreneurial volunteering. We are mindful of the fact that our colleagues have skills and expertise that small businesses can benefit from to the point of their growth as well as the point of their sustainability. So we are saying to you, come alongside us, come and borrow those skills and expertise, and let's get as many businesses as possible from the point of just infancy or subsistence to growth and actual contribution to the economies, as we know entrepreneurship is poised to.
I understand we have a For Good platform that staff members, colleagues can actually access to volunteer. Can you maybe share how they can access that platform in order to contribute to this amazing work you are sharing here with us today?
By all means. So for the group-wide initiatives that I've already spoken about in our news flashes and ABSA Engage, as and when we communicated, you have an option to opt in. So you can just click on that to be able to opt in and have yourself counted in the colleagues that are volunteering. And should you have your own initiative with colleagues that you would like to submit perhaps for a volunteering grant as well as matched funding, you can nominate that. You can go and create a profile on the Force for Good platform. You find it on SharePoint. You create a profile, you submit due diligence for that organization. Should the due diligence come back clear, you can then be in a position to request either essential goods for that initiative or organization, or should you have organized yourself with colleagues and raised some funds, you are able to approach us and say, well, this is how much we have raised, we would like you to match it. So far, we've been able to match each ask for matched funding rand for rand, meaning that you double your contribution to an organization. The nice thing with matched funding is that it's cash. So you're able to pay it over to the organization and they can use it for whatever purposes they need.
Thank you, Mpho, for those insights. We always say that at ABSA, every story matters, and we're very excited today to have invited a strategic partner to ABSA that really helps us touch and impact communities with all of these great strides that we are trying to drive towards. Mpho, I'd like to maybe hand over to you to just give us a sense of what the impact looks like in our collaboration with KYA and Akim. Over to you, thanks.
Thank you, Yonela. This is a very exciting part for us to be able to see our impact in a human being. So Eliakim and KYA, the organization that he founded and leads, which he'll tell us a little bit about, is a beneficiary of one of our flagship programs with Young African Entrepreneurs Institute. So this is an organization that we've been working with, I think now is the third year. So we undertake a few activities with this organization. We meet these young people at universities through a youth entrepreneurship tour that we undertake from around May in the year. We go on with the tour, and then in November during during the global entrepreneurship month, we meet them again. We invite all of them, the ones that would have been on the tour with us, we invite them for Youth Entrepreneurship Week. So for 3 days, we host about 800 young people, where we bring experts, including experts from ABSA, to come and talk about financial services, as well as share insights on just how to navigate the journey of being an entrepreneur. And in some instances, we even share insights for particular industries that the young people would have chosen. This then culminates in a pitch competition where 50 businesses are chosen out of there, and those 50 businesses then go through a 12-month incubation program. And Eliakim and KYA are beneficiaries of the 2024 cohort. So he's right smack in the middle of the program as we speak. Mm-hmm. So Eliakim, tell us about you and KYA.
Yes, so KYA is a company whereby we focus on rehabilitating and repurposing surface mines, specifically open cast. So what we do is that we convert them into hydroponic farms. We built our own system in-house, we designed them from scratch, and we built them for the rugged environment in the mining industry. So the benefits that we realize in doing such initiatives within such spaces is the effects that the mining industry leaves. For instance, you have high carbon dioxide levels, so meaning that for the plants that you're about to introduce within that space, they thrive off carbon dioxide, meaning now you're practicing carbon sequestering. So now the plants that you're growing, they have more nutrition. Not just only that, but with hydroponics, you use 90% less water compared to conventional farming methods. So, yeah.
I think well done, yeah.
Thank you.
I can tell you that blew my mind a little bit. I was like, wait, okay, so an area that has been mined is able to produce better crops than, when it was not mined. So that just threw me off. So well done on an industry first and groundbreaking ideas. But let's go to the program then. Tell us about the value that you've been able to extract from the program.
Yes.
To this point.
Yes, definitely. So throughout the program, one thing that it did for us, or one of the many things that it did for us, is that it gave me clarity on how to better structure KYA, or KYA, for instance. So with that, it now came up with mentorships. Those mentorships, they gave us a restructuring on how to better strategize to move forward, so that whatever aim you have is more concise. So with those initiatives, it came about also with networking. That networking, it opened us to people who knew the opportunities together with the problems that are within our space. But personally, it gave me confidence, because as a young founder, it's very easy for you to lose confidence in your idea. Is it good enough or not? So within that, it gave me an idea, showing me that, innovation is not just about perfection. It's about purpose, the people, and progress.
Thank you so much, Akim and Mpho. I think we all know that food security and water security are quite critical to our sustainability agenda, and we're really proud of the great work that you're doing through this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues. Can you give them a round of applause, please?